Hi everyone, I'm Nela of Gen Z Coaching, which is my coaching company. I wanted to start this podcast due to the world's so-called normal changing right in front of our eyes, and I wanted to do something that would empower you all and support your shifts because we are all going through them right now. So I'm going to be having discussions with successful online entrepreneurs in particular and digging into their mindset journeys and confidence ebbs and flows when it came to them launching their online businesses. I am so excited to be doing this because I know that taking action is a struggle for a lot of individuals due to fear and doubt. And it's become apparent that in this worldly change, a lot of individuals are looking towards going online with their businesses permanently or starting a fresh new business and wanting to go online with it, but they don't know where to begin. You may be transitioning from employment to self-employment also, and it all seems very daunting and risky. So I'm going to be interviewing these online entrepreneurs from a range of industries and digging into the mindsets and journeys these online business gurus and amazing people went through so that you can learn and be inspired for your own action taking in the future. I hope you ultimately find value and inspiration to go after your own dreams fearlessly and informed. So thank you so much for joining these chats and I hope you enjoy them. So guys, let's kickstart this chat with Rafael Garay from the USA, and he is a business coach. He has had quite the inner journey that has made him become such an influential and well-rounded business coach and speaker. He has impacted me and my outlook very quickly since us communicating on Instagram, and he has so many wise insights for business and self-development, and I'm excited for this discussion and to share it with you. So let's get to it.
Okay.
You know, I'm actually really excited to get into this interview with you, Raf, because when we connected on Instagram, you were so kind and humble and giving with your expertise, especially because I just launched my own online business and I'm new at it and it was really foreign and you were so lovely. And then I quickly learned that you are one of the most motivational, inspirational and empowered business coaches I have come across online. And that leads me to why I want to have this discussion with you, because I want to inspire other online business entrepreneurs and aspiring online business individuals. And I want to do this by really digging into those already successful online entrepreneurs who have had a journey from the beginning to where they are now, and kind of go through the mindset and the confidence ebbs and flows you've experienced with your business. Does that sound good?
Absolutely, and thank you so much.
It's
a great introduction. I appreciate that.
Wicked. So, Raf, I want to know, from your starting your business as a coach to where you are now, you know, talk me through the challenges and the ebbs and flows that you overcame when it came to sustaining an empowered mindset and empowered confidence feeling and with your vision. So when it came to your vision and yourself, going through the ebbs and flows, how did you overcome challenges when you were faced with them?
Well, you know, my business, I think, like many other entrepreneurs who really start, it wasn't a business. I had all this knowledge. For me, it really all starts I'm 37 years old right now. I really started my coaching business. I didn't know it at the time, but really in my early 20s. And
yeah.
I was actually in a really low point in my life.
Right.
And because I was in such a low place, I decided to take a really deep dive into personal development. So I was studying successful people for about a decade before I even uttered a motivational word to anybody. So by the time that I launched my coaching business, I had a great skill set, a great expertise. My coaching focuses around, it's very holistic, mind, body, and business. Because I believe that you need to have the mindset of an entrepreneur. You need to have a healthy body. You need to have sustainable energy if you're going to be a business owner and you want to drive forward. And then you need to understand the basics of business. So the problem I ran into with my business, I think when many people start, is how do I take all of this knowledge that I have? How do I take everything that I've been learning over the past 10 years? How do I actually make that a business? How do I make money?
Yeah.
So that was my first biggest hurdle. Was I got on Instagram and I started putting out motivational content. I wanted to really help people kind of break out of whatever it was that was challenging them in their life. And the majority of my coaching when I first started was all focused around mindset, because I really didn't know the business part. And I think if I were to tell someone, like, the one piece of advice is to really learn your craft from somebody who's done it before. I spent years trying to figure out how to make it a business, and it wasn't until I decided to actually hire someone as my own personal coach, someone that's done it, somebody who accomplished what I had already done in my life, to give me the tools that they learned along their journey to then take everything that I've learned, package it into a product and a service that I can offer to someone. And it wasn't until then that I really truly can say that I had a business.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So it was really years of struggle.
Yeah, you used the word struggle. How did you keep that faith whilst through that period where obviously you knew that your purpose was to do what you knew you were supposed to do, and you knew you had all the skills, like you said, and you knew you'd done the work and you found the coach and you did everything you needed to do, but it's not immediate, is it? You don't immediately get clients and like recognition, and that journey, like, were there times when you just wanted to give up?
Oh yeah. I remember telling my wife that I just want to make $1.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even give my coaching away back then. But it was, so if I can break down being an entrepreneur into two things. An entrepreneur is, first, it's a mindset that you have. Mm-hmm. I say this in my videos a lot. I say it when I speak. So the first thing that an entrepreneur is a mindset. And the second part of being an entrepreneur is understanding the skill set that you need. So the mindset piece of it is you need to understand that an entrepreneur, that their sole job of being an entrepreneur is to make something from nothing.
Yeah.
And this is what most people don't necessarily see. They decide that they want to start a business and they have this vision of making all this money and living on an island with a laptop somewhere, but they typically don't have the mindset of what a true entrepreneur is. And an entrepreneur is somebody who is essentially a magician. This is somebody who takes an idea and a concept and puts a business out there where nothing existed before. They make money off of skills and knowledge that's housed in their brain. So your job solely as an entrepreneur is to, number one, build the mindset that it's your job to make something from nothing. And you also need to get rid of the mindset of scarcity. You can't think that you lack things in your life. You can't, it's the way that you talk to yourself. You can't say, I can't afford that. You can't say, I can't do that. Because the moment you say those two things, you're no longer an entrepreneur.
Yeah, it's risk taking. It sounds like it's you have to have a heart of a risk taker.
Well, it's not, well, everything is a risk. I think going and working a 9-to-5 job and you think you're safe is a risk. Some people right now in the economy that we're going through didn't go after their dreams because they didn't think it was realistic. They thought it wasn't safe. So they took a 9-to-5 job because they thought it was safe. And guess what? The economy turned over and now they don't have their 9-to-5 job.
Mm.
So anything that you do in your life is going to be risk. So you have to have a risk tolerance and you have to have an unwavering belief in your ability. So that's part of what an entrepreneur does. And the moment that you say, I can't afford this or I can't do this, you then no longer are an entrepreneur, because it is your job as a business owner, as somebody who has staken their own journey to find the money that you need to have the things that you want and to carry yourself along that journey. So simply taking those phrases out of your vocabulary is one of the first steps that you really need to understand. Is what you want in life tangible? Absolutely is. I've proven to myself, I've worked with other people who have proven it, that you can do anything you want. It all starts with your belief. And the belief in yourself and the mindset around that. I studied neuro-linguistic programming. So NLP is how I overcame my limiting beliefs.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a lot of what I work on with my clients, because at the end of the day, I can give you the skill set. I can teach you how to build a business. That's no problem. There's a science to that. There's a science to achievement. But the mindset, that's an art. And if I were to give you all the knowledge to build your business, but you still had a limiting belief, you're never going to necessarily get to where you want to go. I always say that people have the equivalent of a jet engine and a lead weight in their mind. And what I mean when I say that is your jet engine, that's your business. Those are the things that you really want in your life. Those are your dreams and your aspirations. And you can add fuel to that engine. And you add fuel to that engine by listening to a motivational speech, by going and taking a course, learning a new skill. But if you have this limiting belief that you're dragging behind you, the lead weight, where you think that you can't accomplish something, or you think that you can't make something happen, then it will never happen. You'll never be able to truly reach your full potential, no matter what skill set that you give the individual.
You kind of answered my other question about fear and apathy, stopping people from going for their dreams and their passions. Because I think that's something that really gets in the way of humans, is that, it's linked to self-belief, really, fear and apathy. Like, overcoming that is a really difficult thing because, we're creatures that like familiarity, and a lot of people get stuck in that cycle because they don't want to leap into the unknown. So you've kind of given the answer to how to help people get through that block, which is amazing. So talking about gurus and mentors and stuff, who do you rave? Who have you followed from your beginning to where you are now? And, what have they contributed to your growth as an individual and as a businessman?
Yeah. Well, I'll before I answer that question, I'll rewind just for a second. And being able to overcome your fears, it's a mindset, yes, but how do you overcome that mindset is you just have to take action. You have to be willing to fall flat on your face. And when you fall flat on your face, you realize that you can always pick yourself back up. So a true entrepreneur, we're not scared of going broke because it's our job to learn how to make money, right? We're not scared of one of our businesses failing because it's our job to learn how to make a business. So we can always make another one. You can always make more money, but you have to just run 100 miles an hour at your goal, be willing to fall and be willing to pick yourself back up. And through that process, you begin to build confidence in your ability to overcome challenges. So be willing and ready and able, and actually celebrate your falls. And I never say the word failure anymore. I took that out of my dictionary in my mind.
Amazing,
because you only fail when you quit. That's the only time that you will ever fail. As long as you're moving forward, you may fall and you may stumble, but you always have an opportunity to pick yourself back up and drive towards your dream and your destination. So that was just rewinding a little bit.
Wicked.
So to answer your question,
just quickly to add on to that, I always say that failure is redirection, and that's, well, falling. I love that. I'm going to start using that now as well. Falling is just simply redirection. It's a shift into a place that you're meant to be, going to, for your higher self, for your highest good.
Absolutely.
But yeah, go ahead. I want to hear who you follow and what gurus have really impacted you.
I love that. To the point that you just mentioned, I think where you said falling is redirection, that's exactly it. It redirects your path, but it should never redirect your destination, because I think your dream in life is something that you should never negotiate on, ever. It's your dream is you have one shot to be here. This is it. You're living your one life, right? Today you open your eyes, it's a gift. You don't know if you have another gift tomorrow morning. So if you're going to live your life going after something less than what it is you've ever wanted, then what is the purpose? You never negotiate on your goal ever in your life. So the path may change, but your destination is where you will end up in your life if you refuse to stop driving forward towards it. Yeah. It started with me. What some people know of me, my audience knows, the people who watch and follow you may not know so much about me. What has made me so inspired in my life is the fact that my rock bottom was actually in prison. And years ago, I was not the inspiring person that you see in front of you. I was the complete opposite. And if it wasn't for a very transformational moment in my life of my mother coming to visit me and telling me that she despised the man that I became, I would never be the person that you see sitting in front of you. So when you ask me about who's been an influence on my life, I'll always say that's number one. She's my superhero. That's my mother. But after she had that conversation with me, the very next book I picked up was Tony Robbins' Awaken the Giant Within. And Tony is an incredible just business mentor. His mindset, his ability to really change your perspective on how you look at things is amazing. Mm-hmm. So he's influenced me as both a businessman and really deeply from a mindset perspective. I look at a lot of great people that are out there in business right now. So Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Ed Milet is another great person. But I will also say that these are inspirational people that have, influenced me from afar. The people that have made me successful have been my coaches. And these are people who literally held my hand through my journey. So it's great to read a book from somebody and look up to a Tony Robbins. It's great to learn from him through his videos, but nothing has impacted my success as much as the people that I've worked with as an actual coach. So Carolina Millan was my first coach. I still work with her very closely. She's actually, she's a multiple 7-figure marketer. She lives in Chile, and she's just incredible. She's the one that really told me how do I actually make my business work? How do I go about telling my story?
Perfect. Okay. Wicked. So
how do I tell? And I'm actually working with another. I'm sorry?
Sorry, it's just breaking up a little bit, but we're on the other side of the world, so it's it can do that. So I didn't hear after you working with is it Carolina? Who else do you work with?
Carolina.
Do you work with?
Right now, I work with a pair of coaches, Alyssa Scherfel and her partner, and they work as coaches together, and they're fantastic. They are top-notch marketing coaches, and they're really honing in on the business aspect. How do I take my business from where it is really to the next level? How do I impact more people?
Yeah.
So
it's amazing.
That's
it just
where,
goes to show. Sorry, there's a slight delay. I was going to say that just goes to show that real connection, because obviously it's amazing, I think, when you have these online gurus and online coaches that you can access at any time of the day, in your darkest hours, your lightest hours, but that true connection with the mentors and gurus when you're working with, then that's when the self-development and the growth really optimizes and works to your highest extent. So, investing, it just goes to show that investing in yourself and your business is no money wasted. It's kind of necessary, isn't it?
It's an absolute necessity in business, and if you're not investing in a mentor, you're really just holding yourself back for however long. I did it for years, where I just thought I could figure it out on my own, because I listened to all the gurus. I listened to the Tony Robbins, and I said, okay, I hear the message she's saying. I'll just do that. But nothing replaces having somebody guide you through that path, and it will take years off your progress, literally. Where I was struggling, and then all of a sudden I jumped forward 5 years inside of 18 months with my business. It impacted just my ability to actually build the business. It impacted my ability to reach and touch more people. And when you're getting coached, you then have an ability to instill that knowledge into the people that you work with, so you can better serve them.
I hear. Amazing. So I'm going to just divert a little bit, because there's one more question before you need to go. When it comes to, it's amazing that you said that, the push, you spent so many years working in a certain way, and then that catalyst of hiring and investing in your own mentor and coach, kind of switched and flipped your business and yourself upside down into a really good direction. But when it comes to time management, because obviously this is going to be seen by people who are contemplating starting an online business for themselves, but may not have any experience in being freelance or self-employed in any such manner, and they don't know where to start in terms of time. Say if they're doing it on the side of their job, or if they've just left their job behind and they're like, okay, let me do this. What motivational tips would you, and strategic tips would you give to someone when it comes to time management, when you're trying to build an online business and be a successful entrepreneur?
Well, the first thing is you need I talk about mind, body, business. And so this ties directly into time management, because your time management, I will say the first thing you need to do is incorporate some form of meditation in your life. And people say, what does that have to do with time management? It has everything to do with time management. The art of meditation teaches you how to focus. And if you can focus on something, you will get tasks done 2 times quicker than if you were to look at a task and then look at something else. So learn not to multitask, and learn to sharpen the focus of your mind. I've done it through meditation. But so time management tip number 1 is sharpen your focus. If you can focus on one task and not even blink for 3 hours, you will outwork anyone around you. You can essentially compress 8 hours of work into 3 if you're hyper focused.
Nice.
So number one is hone in on your focus. The second part of it is I was there working a corporate job, working a side hustle, and the body part. So you need to have sustainable energy through the day. I'm taking an hour ride into New York every day and working a high level corporate job for about 10 hours, taking an hour ride home, eating dinner, and then starting to work again. And the only way that you can do that is if you have sustainable energy. And you need to be able to take care of your body. If you're feeding yourself garbage, you're not going to have sustainable energy to get yourself to power through those days. I think, the mindset of an entrepreneur, when is it time to quit? When is it time to take on your next move? It's really all dependent on your current situation. I would never tell someone to run out of their job and throw themselves into debt. If you can side hustle and you can start to make an income, but don't be afraid to take a pay cut. One of the worst things that will ever happen to an entrepreneur is the fact that they get used to having a paycheck, because that keeps them secure, and that's not an abundant mindset. So the moment that you let go of that paycheck, that's when you realize that everything is on you. You truly have to be creative. You have to make something. And that's a true test of how smart you are, how much skills that you have. So I think there's a fine balance. If you haven't made any dollars on your business, I think you should figure out that part first. But once you have a mechanism in place where you've learned both the mindset and the skill set, so your business doesn't need to be far along, but you need to have a system in place to where you can make it work. And then I think at that point you just need to take a leap of faith on yourself and know that you'll make it work, because that's what entrepreneurs do.
Yeah. Wicked. That's such good advice. Amazing, Raf. Is there anything you want to, give me a quote to leave? What's your favorite quote that has really helped you in your mindset and your confidence during your journey?
My quote is my own, really.
Okay.
It comes from when I redefined what my vision of success was in my life. I once had a vision of success, and I thought it was all about making a lot of money. And then I realized that you can make a lot of money and be completely miserable. Mm-hmm. And so for me, the two most important things are time and people, because those are the only things in your life that if you lose, you will never get back. If your best friend passes away, they're not coming back. Mm-hmm. And the time that you and I just spent together, it was a great half hour or however long we've been here. It was great, but that time is gone and you'll never get it back. You can go broke, you can get your money back, you can lose your job, you can get another one, you can lose your business and build one. But time and people you'll never have again. So my quote is very simple. Spend every moment of your life doing the things that you love with the people that mean the most to you. And that is an equation for a happy and fulfilled life.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thanks, Raf. Let's end this session here, and wishing you all the luck with your business, and we will see you around, yeah?
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. I look forward to continuing watching you on your journey, and wishing you an amazing day. For everyone that's listening, run for your dreams. I'll catch you all at the top.
Thank you so much.
See you. Bye.
Bye.